Hello everyone, welcome back to F1 2019 Career Mode Season 5 here at the Chinese Grand Prix in our Ferrari. Let's get straight into qualifying. Practice wise, car feels good. Might be about a couple tenths off the McLarens, but I feel like third is more than possible. That we could out-qualify Vettel. I feel like we are the second best again. Well, let's get straight into qualifying and find out.
Welcome to Shanghai, China, for what I've no doubt is going to be a fantastic F1 qualifying session. And as we count down to that green light, I have to say, Anthony Davidson, that this rain is not showing any signs whatsoever of abating. I imagine we'll be looking at some last-minute setup changes to better adapt these cars to the conditions. What do you think?
The trouble is, Crofty, they need to be thinking about the race tomorrow. You don't want to go jacking up the ride heights and piling on a few points of extra downforce that you're not going to want in the Grand Prix itself. The Parc Fermé regulations mean that you have to make that choice. The best thing the drivers can do is adapt with the tools they have available in the cockpit. Moving the brake bias forward will help stop the rear end slipping out under braking, and opening up the differential can really help tame the oversteer on corner exit. The drivers that can make best use of these techniques will have the best chance for success here today.
Currently Stroll is fastest. Wow. Ever thought I'd see the day. Sainz goes quickest with a 1:31 flat. And here we go then. Start our first flying lap of the session. There's not many cars on track, so got clean air in front. Oh yeah, the track's definitely dry. Didn't need to go out on the inters, that was handy. Taking a wide line through the loop section. 1.5 tenths down on Sainz. But we can easily go for another lap anyway. It means we held in a 1:30.8. Oh, we're actually a tenth up on Hamilton in the middle sector. That is coming back to us. We're improving as we go on. DRS activated, we're in flat. Where's that extra speed? 0 to 15 miles an hour. Heavy braking, late braking, into the final corner now. At a dash to the line, it's going to be a 1:30.7. We went quicker than Hamilton by 10 thousandths of a second. That's good, we've got pace. Into Q2, definitely. There we go. Safely through. With the track evolution. Oh, Stroll's out! In 18th in a Red Bull, that's a shocker. Both Williams at the rear of the field. Kubica out qualifying Russell. Hulkenberg out, Raikkonen out again in Q1. Butler just scrapes through. On to Q2 then. Wow, Stroll in a Red Bull 18th. That is poor. That is absolutely poor. Take the bollard with us as we start. Our first lap in Q2. A few was on track, but quite spread out on the circuit. Not as a wide line through there this time around than like in Q1. First sector's a 24 flat. And Sainz will set the first time, a 1:31.8. We went over a second quicker in Q1. This is the second lap we've done on these tyres. But we have one of the fastest, if not the fastest, straight line speed, so we really do gain a lot of time in Sector 3. I think we have the strongest car in Sector 3, that's for sure. I would have thought so. That was a tidier exit. Running over the curve at the front left. There's a power through the final corner. DRS activated across the line. 1.27. This Vettel goes 1.2 seconds quicker. It's a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. But we were on a used set of soft tyres, so we'll do a run on a fresh set. Just not quite confident enough to take a medium compound tyre on a best lap to get through to the next session. Oh, some rain in 10 to 15 minutes. Well, we're going to have to go for this lap now. We're going to have to make this lap count to move ourselves further up the order in a fresh set of soft. Across the line to start our first lap in Q2 with the fresh set of tyres. That was a tighter line. Only a tenth down to Hamilton in Sector 1. So tidy on the exit. That seemed a little bit cleaner there. 6/10 down, but we should gain time. Down the back straight. DRS activated. We power down along the straight in Shanghai. And we don't get on the curbing whatsoever. That was a bit cleaner. That was way cleaner. That was a good exit. Oh, front quarter. P7. That's on P6. Oh, that was such a poor exit. That's going to cost us a lot of time, I would have thought. Just lob it into the final corner, but it's not going to be an improvement because we do run out of that lap. But we do get through to Q3. We do remain P7 there. Both Toro Rossos. And both racing points out, and Gasly just about misses out in Q3. Devin Butler scrapes through. We're about 3/10 off Vettel. Hamilton and Perez out in front. Vapor only a tenth behind. Vapor's doing quite well, but he has got that grid penalty though. Let's head into Q3. And here we go then for Q3. there was possibly rain, so we're gonna go out now to set our flying lap. I just wonder what the weather report's going to be like.
We're expecting the rain to hit us anytime now. Dry seem like the fastest tyre.
If the rain's going to hit any time now, we need to set this lap now then. Now or never. So this could be our one and only lap. If it starts to rain, we're not going to improve at all. No one's going to improve. We've got to set this lap now. If we make a start another first, maybe only like a Q3. As the clouds do merge over the circuit, 23.9 in sector 1. Magnussen sets provisional pole 131.5. We're half a second up on him at the moment. Verstappen a 131.3. I think we're on course to beat that at the moment, but I am going to try a second lap immediately after I cross the line, because that rain could fall any moment. Leclerc 130.7 though. That's quite a good lap from the monogas driver. Vettel 130.4. Excellent lap from our teammate. As we come across the line, currently P3, just behind Charles Leclerc.
We're expecting some rain soon. Expect the first drops in the next few minutes.
We're now slipping out to P5. Hamilton into the 129s. Unbelievable. Oh, go wide. We go wide. The rain's starting to fall, I can see it. And we're not up on our personal best. Now we're starting to struggle. Yeah, the rain's falling quite a bit now. And we're not improving at all. No, we're down by 0.3 on the delta, so we're going to have to peel into the pit lane. That might be it. That might be it. If it stays like this, no one's going to improve. I'm doing a 23.6 in sector 1. My best was a 23.9. I mean, I'm already down on his time by 0.3. I can't see myself going any quicker than a 23.8 in sector 1. That's just really, I find that unrealistic for me. I'm not sure what I can do. Try different lines into the first couple corners maybe, but I really am unsure. One of the McLaren, I think everyone's coming in now. It might be too wet to go for another lap. Maybe because we're dry condition, Norris is the only one out there.
Heavy rain arriving in under 10 minutes.
Copy. let's see. Got time for one more flying lap. It says overcast, so maybe the rain has stopped. No, doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it one bit. Everyone else is in the pit lane. I think this is how the order's going to be. Oh yeah, I can't turn the car. Yeah. Yeah, I'm struggling for grip. And that's going to be it for qualifying. It was worth a shot. I read that it said overcast, but no. Can't do a lap on these tyres. We're not even going to go quicker for one Inter, so that is it. That's it for qualifying. It's going to be P6, probably P5 because of Weber's grid penalty. Qualifying hasn't been too bad this season, really. 4th, 5th and, well, 6th, but we'd probably start 5th. Well, had to see, you know. But P6 on the grid. As I say that, no P5, should be P5 on the grid. Yeah. So that should be it for qualifying.
With qualifying finished,
and there we
it's
go.
time to remind ourselves of our top three. Hamilton, Vettel
But
and
Vettel
Lucas Faber.
has
That
split
wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow.
the
as we head into the Grand Prix.
McLarens. Weber also ahead of Perez. So then the two German drivers have done a great job. Vettel's done a fantastic job to get on the front row. We should start P5. Ferrari 2nd and 5th. We are in contention. Double podium, maybe the win for Vettel. We'll see. Verstappen 7th, Butler 8th, Norris 5.5 seconds off pole in P10 there. Come end of qualifying.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before the braking zone of turn 14. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Can we begin by having a chat about Sergio Perez? That was a great win at the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and starting alongside him P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Leclerc, McDonald and Verstappen, Butler, Magnussen, Norris and Carlos Sainz, Ricciardo, Weber, they've taken a grid penalty, Valtteri Bottas and Grosjean, Hülkenberg, Raikkonen, Lance Stroll and Robert Kubica. Russell and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot today. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
You're above where we expected on the grid. Be careful not to lose places, as there will be faster cars around you.
Copy that. So, yes, P5 on the grid. Weber and Gasly taking grid penalties. I think Weber's taken some extra components because otherwise he would not be 12th. So, yeah. So it looks like we're going to start on the soft. Kind of want to go for a one stop. The car setup should have extra speed on the straights. Butler's also got his best starting position so far this season. And if Vettel can get into the lead and make it for Bahrain, which was out of his control, that would be good if we can get into the lead as a team. If Vettel getting a good start off the line, we can get to the inside ahead of Hamilton, Perez in third. Weber's had a very tough start to his Haas career, that's for sure. Once again, Verstappen starts directly behind. This time, no qualifying shenanigans from anyone. Thank the Lord for that. We'll just see how we feel. If we can do a one-stop, I think that would be very nice.
Leclerc is ahead of you.
But we'll have to try and get the information from the other teams, even Sebastian, to see if they're on a one or two stop. I think the one stop is more than possible, as we've seen from Grand Prix in the past on the games. But we'll just see how it goes, you know. We should be on a fresh out of soft for the start of the race anyway. Getting heat into those tyres. Podium more than possible from P5 on the grid. Let's hope we can get a good start off the line. As it could be a good day for Ferrari, a lot of points, get ourselves back up into second in the constructors. Maybe even take points out of McLaren. We've got to see how it goes with the strategy. But Vettel has a real chance to take the lead if he gets off the line well. Starting on the front row for the first time this season. We start P5.
Be patient and watch for the lights.
As all the cars are forming up on the grid, you can see Weber in the background on the left there. Butler directly behind me. Hamilton, Vettel on the front row. We've got 28 laps for the Chinese Grand Prix. 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go for the Chinese Grand Prix. Verstappen's got a mega start off the line. He's already got by myself there. If we make our way through one, turn two. We've got the momentum to go back around the outside of the Dutchman. And we do get back into P5. But Vettel's lost out to Perez there. Vettel's not had the start he hoped for. And into turn 1 and 2. Hamilton leads from Perez, from Vettel, Leclerc, myself, Verstappen, Magnussen going side by side for P6. I think Vettel must have had a little wheel spin off the line there. I don't think, or he got pinched by Hamilton, and it gave the open door to Sergio Perez to take second place for this Grand Prix. Well, Verstappen go down the inside, trying to. Thought there was a gap. Absolutely not. There was no gap. But Verstappen is feeling pretty racy. He wants to get fifth back on this opening lap. The Red Bull slowly gaining. Not close enough. Could have gone for the dive, but he did not. Thought better of it. So it was the end of lap 1. Hamilton leads this race from Perez, from Vettel, from Leclerc, myself, and Verstappen now going for it again. Into turn 1 we go. We've got the inside. But we fend Verstappen off for P5. 20 red is still in the race. a good start this time around, unlike in Bahrain. We do need to find out what strategy the guys ahead are on.
Leclerc ahead, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 1 lap old. We think they've got 2 stops remaining.
I think
The
Leclerc's
time
on a
last
2-stopper.
lap was a
I want to try and go for a 1-stop
1:37.3.
here. Yeah, these aren't the new set of softs for the start of the race. That's okay. We can make something work here.
No threat of rain for the time
There's
being.
Verstappen
Conditions
again.
looking good. Dries seem like the best tyre for now.
He draws along the side, but the Ferrari is quicker in a straight line, and we'll get him under the brakes and maintain 5th position. If Weber's made any progress. Here's our selected rival. Let's see.
Lucas is in P10
Ah,
again.
Weber is in the points already.
They're on old softs. We think they've got 2
I
stops
think they're on a
remaining.
2-stop as
Time last
well.
lap was a 1
I think the 1-stop would be
50.9.
risky, but we would get track position with these guys ahead. But can we maintain it? I don't know, because the McLarens are way quicker. And Vettel's under pressure
Race
from Leclerc
officials have
here.
enabled DRS.
He's not fully
DRS
safe.
is now available.
Is Sebastian. Verstappen had another look there. We will get DRS. Verstappen's got to think carefully about this, because the Ferrari is way quicker than the Red Bull in a straight line. Yeah. We're 2.7 behind Leclerc here. We're not really gaining. We can't really do anything up ahead at the moment. We're looking back to Verstappen again. But this time we'll have DRS. I'm going to try and break the toe as much as we can here. Doing a little bit of weaving. Here comes Verstappen again. We have the inside on the wall. Make sure he backs out with Magnussen. We'll take advantage. And Magnussen will go up into P6, Verstappen down to 7th. I think Verstappen will be a bit unhappy with that.
In this lap,
But we were ahead,
push now.
and we have the inside. I wouldn't want to pit now, it's quite early. Vettel now 4th.
That is Sebastian ahead of you. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got
Oh, we think Vettel's on a 1-stop. Vettel going for the 1-stop, I agree. I would do the exact same as him. No, I'd do the exact same. Magnussen now the car behind me, putting me under pressure here. I am struggling on these softs, to be honest. But it's worth trying to extend a little bit longer so those hard tyres don't have to go as long when we fit them on come pit stop time.
Box this lap, please.
No. Negative box. Vettel 3.1, I mean, I think Vettel's struggling as well. He might be on the used set for this Grand Prix, but he should come back at Leclerc with DRS. We're a little bit further ahead of Magnussen. In front of about 45-46%. Here goes Magnussen. But he isn't close enough to even pull out to have a look. Weber's up to 8th already. The man who qualified 3rd on the road.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.9 seconds.
So we're only slightly catching the guys in front because they're battling for 3rd, Leclerc and Vettel. Starting to see some groups form now. Butler in 9th, getting a little bit detached from the battle for P5 here. Vettel back up into 3rd place. he's looking to be on a one-stop, and I am going to follow that plan for a one-stop strategy as well. Yeah, it's just the front left that's a little concerning. We'll break the toe from Magnussen here. Verstappen and Weber battled for 7th, so Verstappen trying to get me, but now he's on the back foot because he's got Lucas Weber having a look for an overtake for P7. Weber's definitely quicker out of the cars. Oh, we've got people in the pit lane. We've got Leclerc already in the pits after 5 laps of the race. First of the front runners to pit is Charles Leclerc. Yeah, he's committed to do a 2-stop, so an aggressive 2-stop strategy on the monogas. Hopefully for his sake a good pit stop from the Haas crew. And he will come out of the rear of the field, so we are in P4 now.
Sebastian ahead, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a
struggling to brake in after the first sector, it's always that corner. I wonder when Sebastian is planning on a pit stop. There's no way he's going medium for that one pit stop. I would have thought he's going for hard compound. So the two McLarens, Hamilton in the lead for Perez, from Vettel, myself, Ferrari 3-4 at the moment. I think these tyres can go another 4 laps or so. We're going to have to break the toe from Magnussen once more. We're under pressure from the Danish driver. He's got a good run. He will draw ahead, but it locks up and we've got the inside. And we get back ahead of the Danish driver. Vettel is in the pits. He's in the pits. Vettel pitting. Magnussen also pitting, Weber pitting. Verstappen doesn't pit at the moment. So we'll be third at the moment on the road. We're just going to see what tyres Vettel's on the radio. Is Vettel committing to 2 stops instead, or is he going on the hard now? So what the McLarens are doing.
Perez is ahead of you. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 6 laps old. We think they've got
yeah, I think the McLarens could be doing a 1-stop as well.
You're down 0.8 a lap.
Verstappen's doing the same. I may have already asked, but I was not 100% sure.
Verstappen is behind you. The gap is less than a second.
I know it's less than a second. He's right behind me.
6 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 36.0.
Verstappen's got a way better chance now.
They're in 14th. We're leading our teammate by 17.9 seconds. They're on fresh hards.
Yeah, he's on the hard serve. Vettel doing the 1-stopper. We'll try and go for one more lap as Verstappen dives into the pits.
Mix 2. Fuel to mix 2.
And Hamilton on the hard compound as well. It would be risky to try and get to the medium for the 1-stop, but I don't think that's going to happen. But there will be traffic with guys on the fresh tyres to overtake, so...
Okay, some information on Sainz. They have an issue with their car.
Sainz having problems with his car, but continuing on. Perez 10.5 seconds up the road. Bottas can keep these guys behind for quite some time, then we won't lose as much time when it comes to pitting.
Your tyres are beginning to fall off the cliff. Watch the grip levels.
We're losing so much time to Perez. We're going to have to box. I can't keep this car going like this in the tyres anymore, actually. I'm going to get 73% on that front left. Box this lot.
Hitting this lap then,
For
come into the pits
fresh
at the
set
end
of
of this lap.
hards. Yeah, some of the guys at the back have started on mediums, so they should go a lot longer. And it might help us catch up. Perez is in the pit lane as well. So here we go for our one and only pit stop, only scheduled pit stop for the race, as we come into the pits from second. So Bottas should take the lead at this race. That's a good start, 2.3-second pit stop. And Leclerc should come out in front, Vettel does as well. Where do we emerge? We're just behind Weber, but Weber's on soft, so he will stop again. We do still come out in front of Verstappen and Magnussen. So that's crucial, that we've got track position over them too. Now Weber's stuck behind Williams, I think that is. So he's got to clear him quickly as well. We'll put the fuel mode down. It's Kubica he's trying to get round. And he does it. We've got to put the fuel down a bit. So at least I should easily get to the end of the race. Won't quite get the RS bits. So Bottas is the race leader. We've got a racing point in second with Grover or Ricciardo, that is. Verstappen gaining ever so slightly. Will he go for it? Will he go for the dive? Doesn't. Thinks better of it. Wise choice. So if we can clear these guys quickly, and if Kubica can hold Verstappen up, if we can get by him quickly, that will help us. Have a little bit of a breather, but then focus more ahead than defending. For the moment, our race is with Verstappen. Kubica gets good drive, we also get good drive down the inside of Kubica as we go deep. He's going to come back. I just went for it on the brakes. Couldn't get the car slowed down. I don't know what to say. I simply couldn't get the car slowed. And now we go down the inside. This time around, we do get the car slowed down. We do get past Kubica. There's more battling up ahead. Weber's stuck behind a few cars, so now we can close up to Lucas here. I've already, I think with that, yeah, Verstappen's not within a second of myself, but Kubica, I don't think is either. Look at that, 3 wide, they're going to go 3 wide, and I think Magnussen's going to be the winner of this. Sainz with his problems, and they were going side by side. Magnussen gets ahead of Kubica, and Verstappen's still behind Kubica. Verstappen not having the best of Grand Prix, it must be said. Yeah, we're already a second ahead now. It's good that they're fighting that much, so I can pull away. Slow down a lot better this time because we're not going for an overtake at that particular corner. The Sainz with his problems. I think he's still got the problems because we are rapidly gaining on him. But we're going to go down the inside. I will get ahead of the Toro Rosso, the P13. Magnussen will be right on his gearbox now. Oh, they seem to fix the issue. Well, I've already cleared him though, so don't need to worry about signs. Russell's the next car. The McLarens are catching up to the leaders at the moment, which is Bottas and I think Ricciardo. Labour is P11. Magnussen will have a go. On signs, but can't get round the outside. Or can he, with the better grip, get alongside? And yes, he does. We're just about to get ahead. Compromise his exit, so signs might get right back at him. I should say. George Russell, mediums. Car ahead. Got a racing point in the lead. There's a whole gaggle of cars just in front of Weber.
Yellow flag.
Well, there's yellow flags. Someone going slowly. Is that a Haas again? I'm not sure. Who is going slowly? There's someone pulling off the racetrack. Oh, it's Hulkenberg.
Some information on Hulkenberg. It looks like the
It's
problem is
Nico
terminal.
Hulkenberg.
Retiring the car.
Some mechanical failure. That's a shame for the Renault.
Okay,
Renault
clear.
have really had a tough start to the season, and it just continues on for the French team. If it was Haas, that would have been even more disastrous. But we will get DRS on George Russell, put it up as a ridge, and use DRS with 210 miles an hour. We're way quicker than the Williams. What can we steam by George Russell? Up to P11. Weber again is the next car, but he will pit again.
Lucas is in P10 at the moment. The difference is 3.8 seconds. They're on all
I wouldn't say
We
he's
think
too
they've
far
got
ahead
one stop.
anyway.
The time last lap
And with
was
an
a
extra pit stop, we'll be about 15,
1:35.0.
16 seconds ahead of him at this rate. How far is Vettel?
Okay, you're creating some breathing space between you and the car.
Oh, wow,
behind by
there's
few
a lot of
seconds
cars
per lap.
ahead
We're
now.
trailing our teammate by 4.9
4.9,
seconds.
Vettel's
They're
in
on
that
fresh
group.
hards. They're in ninth. The time
Vettel's only
last lap
ninth,
was a
and we're catching him.
1:36.8.
Vettel isn't too far ahead of us. Depends how far are these guys on mediums going.
You have 11th place. Weber's just ahead. Push for the position. Gap to car
I
in
am
front
pushing for
is
position.
0.1 seconds. They're on old softs. Russell is behind you. Less than a second separate you. They're on old mediums. The gap to the
The
leader
racing,
is
I think the racing point's
12.9
still in the lead.
seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. 16 laps to go.
Weber and Gasly battling for P9, P10. Got a couple of the medium runners into the pits now. So 4.2 seconds behind our teammate. Toro Rosso, I think Bottas is staying out still on those medium tyres. Verstappen is 7th now. He's got ahead of Magnussen, but he's 4.7 behind me. That's how... Whoa, that's how he's lost out. Battling with Magnussen, we're nearly 5 seconds ahead of him now. If we could try and close the gap to Vettel, that would be great, but struggling a little bit. Doing very similar lap times to my teammate. think Verstappen's slightly quicker though. I think McLaren are back in a 1-2 position. But I think they're doing a 1-stop as well. So yeah, the Taurus does go into pit lane. It's just the racing point that stays out. So Bottas into the pit lane. He's taken those tyres 15 laps. Well played to Bottas there. He's in a strong position, you know. Bottas could score some great points for the team. He'll have the freshest set of tyres. Oh yeah, I think they were pitted. They're catching Vettel a little bit. But we keep getting standard fuel mode. Try and push a bit more. I've got plenty of life on these tyres. Personal best second sector. It's the fastest lap.
Currently, the fastest lap is a
1:33.6. My best is a 1:34.9. What on earth? The McLarens are insane. Across the line, 3.7 to Vettel.
7 seconds.
About 5 seconds ahead of Verstappen. Seemed to be good in the first sector all of a sudden. Personal best first sector there. And 5 seconds ahead of Verstappen. And we've only lost Hulkenberg so far from the Grand Prix as of lap 16. Leclerc is due a pit stop again, so he'll have to overtake myself and Vettel on track. We are slowly catching Vettel at the moment, we're not far off him. Both got good pace in the car. As Leclerc hits the second time, so we'll go up to P4, Vettel 4.5 seconds up the road. Now Leclerc's got to overtake Verstappen as well, so he did lose a bit of time in that heavy braking zone in the last sector there, so yeah, it cost us a bit of time. I realised that, but I didn't say at the time it happened. Save more fuel, and then I think for a couple of laps or so we'll put it into Rick and push to try and catch our teammate. So this is for a podium potentially. I haven't finished on the podium yet. It's only the third race, but we could finish third today. It's possible. Yeah, copy. way better than previous laps. Right, I'll put over to Rich now.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon.
Yeah, I'll think about that. It's a shame, really.
Perez is out in front.
Oh, Perez is in the lead. Wow. It's a shame that McLaren weren't doing a two-stop, because I think it would be a Ferrari 1-2, but we would have an ultimate task of keeping them behind and way fresher tyres. And the car that they've got is insane. Perez is leading. I thought it was Hamilton, to be honest. Where's Lucas?
The gap is 16.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. The time last lap was a 1:36.2.
Our second lap in rich fuel mode.
Our gap to the car in front is 4.7
That's all.
seconds.
We were catching him briefly, but he is pulling away, but we're sort of matching Verstappen's times. We're matching his pace. Vettel's got a little bit more pace in that Ferrari than we have at the moment. So we're going to have to turn the engine down a bit. And we can see Vettel ahead, but we're just nowhere near our teammate really. In terms of being quicker, not as.
Right, some information on Hamilton. They seem to have an issue.
Oh, that is huge news. Hamilton seems to have an issue with 8 laps to go, and he's in second at the moment. But if it's that bad of an issue, can Vettel overtake? Can we overtake for a podium potentially? The podium fight could be on then, out of nowhere, from a McLaren having issues. They've been dominant so far throughout this season, in season 5. But can we catch them? Can we catch Hamilton, who's got problems, but he is quite far up the road? I can see on the mini-map already he's very, very slow. Vettel could be right there for second place. The question is, can we get to him? And it depends how long this issue is going to last for. So Perez seems to have one hand on the winner's trophy because of Hamilton's problems. Can we catch him? 2 seconds to Vettel. But will Hamilton defend it like crazy? Because every point counts for the championship. At the moment it looks like it's between the two McLarens that are completely dominant. Ferrari in China seem to be taking the fight to them, which is good. Vettel especially.
The gap to the car ahead
We
is
could be right in there as well.
1 seconds.
Time to push. 6 seconds behind. He's dropped back even further now. As we head into the closing stages of this race. And Vettel is close to Hamilton. Setting personal best in the first and second sector, but sector 3 is just, we seem to be way off in sector 3. I don't understand. I don't know if the hard tyres aren't performing that well on this long straight in particular, as we go down on the delta again. Maybe it's best if we put it into lean because we're on the hard compound. I don't know, might be better. Still see Vettel in the distance. Hamilton isn't far up the road though. For Vettel at least, and we're captured as well. 4.2 again, it's very steady gap to our teammate.
The gap is 19.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. The time last lap was a 1 minute 36.
I still don't know what place Vapor's in. Yeah, Vettel's closing in on Hamilton quite a bit here. Should catch him. I don't know if we'll catch him in time. Still got a good handful of laps to do so. Oh yeah, we are definitely catching him. I can see him. Can Hamilton hold on this straight? Vettel's got a real opportunity. This is his first chance, I think. He'll cycle next lap. Race is coming to us. Vettel definitely within a second. Vettel gaining. I don't think he's quite done it. As we can see both Vettel and Hamilton there in the distance, but we're a little bit too far back at the moment. Hamilton's holding on to second just about. Vettel could be right there on this start-finish straight. And that's crucial points for Hamilton. Looking like they're going to go, even though he has the fastest lap point. Vettel's going to take second place, round the outside into turn 1. Fantastic move by my teammate. Making the most of Hamilton having problems being there when it counted to pick up the pieces. He's up into second. Now, can we catch Hamilton for third here? Oh, we're really catching him now. We'll set the personal best at this first sector.
3.7 seconds.
Hamilton having those problems, still 7 seconds ahead of Verstappen. That gap's growing, and the gap's closing in front of Hamilton's problems. Can we snatch a podium? You have to be there to pick up the pieces. Vettel's done it. Can we follow him through? And the gap is 2.3. We're taking over a second and a half out of Hamilton in that sector alone. The podium is definitely on now. Could be a double podium for Ferrari here. Up into Rich. I don't think anyone's going to take the fastest lap from Hamilton anytime soon though, so he should keep that crucial point. But it's depending on how many positions he'll lose. I think Verstappen might be too far back. We're 1.1 behind Hamilton. We can still see Vettel, but I think Vettel's a bit out of reach, unfortunately. But Hamilton isn't. We're now right up his gearbox. But the gearbox of that McLaren car that is struggling with some sort of problem.
Hamilton is ahead of you. They're on old hards. Their tyres are 16 laps old. They have some kind of mechanical problem. The time last lap was a 1:38.3. You're
Now
closing
we're
in
right
by 3 seconds a lap.
3 seconds a lap we were closing in by. We're going to get it done round the outside of Lewis Hamilton, and we're into a podium position. We do go a little bit wide, but we do and hold on to the third place.
Okay, gap ahead is 4.9
That's all about
seconds.
5 seconds up the road. We've picked up the pieces. Unlikely podium position. Hamilton continuing to struggle with his problem. Perez absolutely getting away with this one unless he gets into problems as well. So McLaren do have some reliability concerns. That's been proven today. Hamilton might hang on to P4. I think he's got just enough margin to Verstappen, but he's not within my DRS now, as it's a game of can we somehow catch Sebastian Vettel. I don't think we can, but we'll try anyway. The gap's still about 4.7 seconds to the Ferrari teammate of ours. Sainz having problems. Hamilton having problems, and Hulkenberg having a terminal problem. Reliability has been hitting a few drivers today, that's for sure, in this Grand Prix. Sort of matching Vettel here.
The difference is 21.
We're pulling away from Weber. Weber's stuck in traffic. I think it was, yeah, the two-stop doesn't seem to be working whatsoever. Done the right thing, both myself and Sebastian going for the one-stop.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Yeah. We're only chipping away a couple tenths on our teammate Hamilton, 5 seconds back. He might actually not be safe to Verstappen. Verstappen might be able to pounce as well for a possible P4 out of nowhere. Yeah, the gap's the same to Vettel. We're just matching sector times. That was a risk to get a warning for corner cutting though, just chucking the car through.
Front is 4.7
I
seconds.
shouldn't really take these risks. Hamilton's got the problems. Verstappen's right up his gearbox now. And he's overtaken with 2 laps to go. Hamilton, well, should hold up to P5 definitely, but Verstappen is up into P4, which you probably didn't expect. Hamilton being let down by reliability in this Grand Prix. We're not going to get Vettel anytime soon. He's pulling away a little bit now, responding to the previous lap of myself. And once we cross the line, we'll have one more lap to go of this Chinese Grand Prix. Yeah, Vettel pulling away quite a bit now. We'll have one more lap to go. We're currently in a P3 podium position.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining. Lucas is currently in P9.
Weber P9, I wanted to hear where he was, but P9 for Weber, that really could have been a lot higher if he didn't go for a two-stop like Leclerc, because Leclerc was ahead of me before he pitted the second time. And if anything, pitting twice has hurt his race, big time. You have to be there to pick the bases. And Ferrari are heading on their way for a double podium finish. This is a great step forward for the team. And we've got upgrades coming in Azerbaijan as well. We've got a major upgrade for Azerbaijan for the speed as well. And that was a great circuit to show you top speed in a Formula 1 car. But the McLaren with no such problems as Sergio Perez, who's going to take his second win for season 5. Hamilton ran into problems. He was on pole. Hamilton led the start of the race. Perez started third on the grid and is going to make his way around the final corner shortly. And Sergio Perez will have a pretty good lead in the championship to Hamilton, who's going to finish P5 with the fastest lap. Perez heads around the final corner now to win the Chinese Grand Prix. Sergio Perez wins for McLaren. Oh, there's yellow flags right at the end as well. There's a Toro Rosso breaking down on the final lap. Carlos Sainz has retired on the very last lap. That is a shame for the Toro Rosso. Vettel will take second place, his best finish of the season. We take a podium at first of the season in third. Great drive. Double Ferrari podium.
McLaren have pulled it off. They've won in spectacular fashion here today. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
And look at that, they're making their way out onto the podium now. Great race from the McLaren team, and I'm really happy to see them there on the top step of the podium. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the Drivers' Table. Sergio Perez takes the position of points leader in the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I think it's got to be Lucas Weber. Time and time again, he proves that he's someone who can quietly get the job done, and that's exactly what he's done today.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. McLaren continue to increase their gap at the top. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Well, there we are then. First podium of the season. Very good result for the team. Double podium, second and third. Very happy with that. For the Ferrari. We're getting there. We are getting there. Grazie tutti. Thank you. Yeah, grazie tutti. So, Azerbaijan will be next. As Perez leads the championship, we move back up to 6th in the standings. Vettel up to 4th again in the standings. 1 point behind Verstappen in 3rd. Somehow he's still in 3rd. Big battle between myself, my teammate Vettel, Magnussen and Verstappen for 3rd in the driver's standings. Leclerc down to 7th. Weber getting some points up into 8th place. Butler 14th now. Gasly yet to score in a Mercedes. Same with Stroll in a Red Bull. Grosjean in the Racing Point. Both Williams and Hulkenberg in the Renault yet to score. And the constructors, as we saw, 20 points clear of Alfa Romeo. 66 behind McLaren. That seemed to be the dominant force. But we're at a comfortable 2nd now. So we'll see you guys next time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix for round 4. Take care. Goodbye.